Welcome back in. Fitz the Bill, rolling right along on this Tuesday, August 19th morning. I'm Jack Fitzpatrick. Allen alongside as Fitz the Bill on the road, presented by Schilling and Esposito Law Firm continues, and we are joined now by Coach Henry Frazier III, head football coach at Virginia State, taking some time out of his morning to chat with us. Coach, thank you so much for joining us. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. I know you just came off the practice field. How was the team looking today?
A little sluggish. They first practice since on Friday. We broke training camp on Friday, so this was they had the weekend off to get ready for classes. First day was yesterday, and a little sluggish, but I think we finished strong.
Yeah, so with breaking camp, how was the team looking throughout camp, and how are the vibes going into your first game of the season against Barton on August 28th?
I thought we had a very successful training camp. It's one of those things where, you know, a lot of guys been around here for a few years, and, you know, they kind of get used to me and the way I go about doing business and, you know, getting a little mundane and tired of me. But I told them I'm never going to change. As long as I'm coaching, this is the way we're going to do it. And we finished camp strong. We're going to have a chance to have a good ball club, and now we just got to be able to manage the distractions. It's one of the things we continuously talk about. You know, I know distraction carries a negative connotation, but distractions are anything that's going to take you off focus. And that's classes, that's girlfriends, that's stuff going on at home. So it's just a matter of managing it. We had a guy that was late to practice this morning, and I told him he'd come back out in January with the walk-on. You know.
That's awesome. Coach Frazier, head football coach at Virginia State, joining us. Coach, you did lose your leading rusher and passer from last season, so who has stepped up for you, and who do you expect to kind of fill those voids?
Yeah, well, Brandon Rose was our number 2 running back last year. He gets the chance. We're going to hand him the ball. He'll be our starting tailback. And R.J. Matthews, he's a redshirt freshman. He's a kid out of Delaware. He was actually the player of the year in the state of Delaware. And, you know, son of a coach. You know, his dad was his coach. His dad played quarterback in college. So he's a very, very cerebral kid. He's on a presidential scholarship, 3.8 student. So a really smart kid, very athletic. So I'm excited to see him play.
And then kind of taking that from the offense to the defensive side, you guys had a physical and dominant defense a year ago. Do you think that's going to be the identity of the defense again this season with all of those returners you've brought back?
Most definitely. We sure hope so. We're going to hang our hat on defense. We score a lot. I think we're going to be able to score the ball, but our defense is going to go as we go because those guys are veterans. You know, on all, you know, the front, the linebackers, secondary. You know, those guys have been. You know, we got 2 to 3 year starters on that side of the ball that knows our system, that know what we want to do, and they're pretty good. They're pretty good.
Coach Frazier joining us, head football coach at Virginia State. Coach, what is the key to having such a solid, or I guess great defense? I mean, last year that unit was one of the best, not just in the CIAA, but in all of Division II. What's the key to you guys having so much success on the defensive side of the ball?
I think the key to success in anything is sustainability. You know, we've been fortunate to have the same coordinator, same coaches all 4 years. So they've been hearing the same language. They've been hearing the same schemes, seeing the same practice scripts. You know, the expectations haven't changed from day one. We did lose our offensive coordinator. They got a head coaching job, which is pretty cool. So they got the offensive side of the ball. They have new things that they have to figure out and a new leader to listen to. But that defense, Coach Fields has done an outstanding job, along with all the assistant coaches on that side of the ball. They've been intact, and the guys know what to expect day in and day out from those coaches.
Coach Frazier, head football coach at Virginia State, joining us on this Tuesday, August 19th morning. And, Coach, is there a little chip on your shoulder going into this season? You guys were picked to finish third in the CIAA despite leading all teams in the conference with 7 preseason selections on the all-conference team. Is that something you guys kind of pay attention to and look into and play with the chip, or is that all just outside noise?
Yeah, it's definitely outside noise. We got a chip just because we didn't win the championship last year. So we you know, they picked us to win it all last year, and I'm like, why would they do that? You know, So you take that with a grain of salt. But I've always had my eye focused for the 2025 team. Now the thing that we've done, we've redshirted over 30 players 3 years in a row, and it's going to be that way this year. We'll be able to redshirt pretty much 95% of this freshman class, and then we may get closer to 100. With the new rule being able to play 3 games as a freshman and keep your year of eligibility. So we've done an outstanding job of recruiting guys and keeping them here. And now we should start seeing the fruits of our labor. When you out of the projected 22 starters on this year's team, only 3 are seniors, but yet we return 15 to 16 starters. So we're still kind of relatively young, but we're not young as it relates to age. But we've done a good job in building our program as well as the culture. So we expect to be in the championship. We expect to win the championship. We're not running from our goals. These are our goals: to win this championship, get deep into the playoffs, and make a run in the national championship. That's why I took this job. That's why I came. And the young men here in the program, everyone that works with them, they understand this is the goal.
What's it going to take for you guys this season to reach that ultimate goal?
Number one, I think with every team is staying healthy. I like our starters on both sides of the ball. I like all those guys. They're pretty good. I think if we can stay healthy, we're going to have a chance to be good. And you're starting a freshman quarterback, redshirt freshman. He's a freshman. So he has to understand, I don't need you to win the game for me. Just don't lose it. I got a pretty dominant defense on that side of the ball. We just don't want to put them in bad situations. And I think we're able for him to just play and let the game come to him from a quarterback standpoint, and we stay healthy, we're going to be a tough out.
Coach, first 4 games of the season away from home. How are you guys preparing for that type of start to the season?
Yeah, we're just road warriors. And, when you got like I said, we're not a veteran as it relates to seniors, but we got a lot of red shirts, juniors, guys who've been in the program. We got about 17, 18 guys that was here in my first training camp that's still here. And we look at them as business trips. We're going on business trips early. And we take it as that. It ain't a field trip. We're going to handle our business. So it really doesn't matter where these guys play, whether it's here at Rogers Stadium or someone else's stadium. You can tell when you have a team that's locked in and focused. So they seem to be ready to play no matter where.
Coach, I look forward to it. Look forward to seeing you guys play on August 28th against Barton College down there in North Carolina to get the season going. Good luck in that game and good luck throughout the season. Appreciate you taking some time.
Anytime, man. Thank you for having me.
Of course, there goes Coach Henry Frazier III, head football coach at Virginia State. His Trojan side, they put 7 guys on the all-CIAA preseason team, picked to finish 3rd, but some high expectations there. I mean, they are experienced on the defensive side. Their approach with redshirting players is an interesting one, and it may pay dividends with this R.J. Matthews quarterback that they've got, that they'll be rolling out a redshirt freshman there down at State to try and lead them back to the CIAA trophy lift.